everybody to a venue that was built for speed. Once an airfield, now one of the finest racetracks in the world. It's qualifying day here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back once again to my F1 24 career mode. A big slide in turn 1 there as we're at qualifying for the British Grand Prix. It's round 8 of season 5 and the halfway point. It's a very soggy Silverstone here and the rain absolutely pouring down as we do our first lap in qualifying. It's definitely going to be full wets at this stage, and with more rain forecast in the race, this is going to be a tough weekend. But we topped the timesheet of Q1, however, we're having to go again because the rain easing towards the end of the session. And look at that, Lando Norris, one of the championship contenders at the moment, looking like P19. The question is, has he gone out again? And if so, will he improve? So we head round club now. The answer is no. He's not even out on circuit. So Lando Norris, while we go P2, he didn't make it through Q1. Right, into Q2 now, and the track definitely drier at this stage of qualifying. And I feel might even dry out further towards the end. Will we get a dry running lap, I wonder, in Q3? Out of club, let's see what the time is. It's a good lap so far. And I think we've done enough to get into Q3. Oh, we've definitely done enough. We topped the timesheets. Still, given Lando and his involvement in the championship so far, big shock to see him out. Right, Q3, we don't get a fully dry lap, unfortunately. So I'm just setting this lap now, and it looks like we're going to be very strong, at least through qualifying. Where are we on the grid? It's top of the timesheets for now, and we do end up P1, 2 seconds faster than anybody else. What did they do on their laps? Did they just have a moment or what? Like, I don't know.
Welcome to not only the home of British motorsport, but also the birthplace of the Formula One World Championship. It's race day here at Silverstone, a classic on the calendar, and it's time for the British Grand Prix. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of Silverstone Circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, but the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Sunshine lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Gasly, Perez, Fittipaldi, Sainz, Hulkenberg, Albon, Joe, Ocon, Behrman, Vesti, Teo Pourchaire, Norris, Stroll, and Yuki Tsunoda. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have, and it's, you know, rule number 1, beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you.
Well, the sun is out, but look at that. Rain is coming towards the end of the race. So I'm going to pit. I'm going to start on mediums and try and run as long as I can, hopefully getting towards the rain. That's the plan at this stage anyway. 5 red lights, go out now, and we're away at Silverstone, and it's a decent start, but look at the getaway Verstappen has gotten. Verstappen round the outside to take the lead, and following him through is Lewis Hamilton. This could get dicey. Verstappen and Hamilton, first and second at Silverstone. That ends well every time that happens, doesn't it? Anyway, Verstappen with a superb getaway. Up to P1, Hamilton P2, I'm in P3, then it's Piastri and Russell rounding out the top 5. The sun blazing down on the circuit, but like I said, rain is coming. I'm trying to find a way to get more momentum there. And look at Hamilton shaping up Verstappen again going into that corner. That ends well, doesn't it? Hamilton this time deciding to stay back. But he might have a go into Stowe. It's lap 2 now. And here comes Lewis Hamilton on Max Verstappen, going for the lead of the British Grand Prix. And Lewis Hamilton takes it. And we're going to go down the inside of Max Verstappen and see if we can make anything of that. Verstappen coming off Stowe, not quite so well. Now we're going down the inside of Club. We've switched to the inside. Verstappen still there alongside, not giving it up easy. And we just have to bide our time. Well, that helps Lewis Hamilton get away. He's got about 1.2 seconds to Verstappen. But I'm not done with the Dutchman yet. We've got so much more momentum out of 1. And there we go, down the inside of Abbey. And it looks like we've got it done, but Verstappen still not giving up as we head down the Wellington Straight. Hamilton is going further and further ahead, but we're going to the left of Max Verstappen, and we have moved up into P2, and that was a clear move down the inside, and Russell following me through in the Mercedes. Mercedes looking mighty here so far this Grand Prix. And Russell is indeed looking mighty going round the outside of Copse. Surely he doesn't make that one work with bang wheels. It's nearly the Verstappen-Hamilton moment. But Russell keeps his foot in it and gets ahead. That's a superb move by George Russell. But that knocks me down to 3rd in the Haas. And that might make me vulnerable to Verstappen's charge. Though I think Verstappen might have more issues with Piastri as we blast back past Russell. Thanks to having DRS on George. He wasn't going to get clear that easy. And we move back into 2nd place. And now it's lap 6. Hamilton's got away even further. And Russell's down the inside. And this time Russell making the move stick. Can we stay within DRS though? To potentially have another look into Stowe. And we've certainly stayed within the 2nd, but it might be difficult because we're a bit further back than we were last time. However, I'm getting closer and closer, using everything at the disposal. And Russell, well, go to the dictionary and look up sitting duck. That's what George Russell was in that moment. As we move into 2nd place, it's lap 6 out of 26. Still a long way to go in this British Grand Prix, but at the moment we are holding on nicely, and Russell still wanting to come back at me. He's going to have another look into Brooklands once again, and Russell just finding great traction there, getting through. We're now having to defend Piastri, who's on the outside of Luffield, but as he's not alongside, I feel like I have the right to take the racing line. Piastri colliding with me there. That was a gap that was always going to close. And he wasn't alongside me, so I don't believe I owed him the racing room there. And Piastri clips me and damages his front wing. We're now approaching Russell, about to go down the inside of Stowe again, and the safety car is out. So I wonder what's happened there that's brought that out. It's Pierre Gasly in the Ferrari that's slowing down, and Gasly, oh... It started strongly, but it's going miserably at the moment. However, we have taken the lead because I've elected not to make a pit stop, and the rest of the pack did. So we're now on older tyres, and we're going to struggle a little bit here. But I wanted to hold on to these tyres as long as I could until the rain came. I'm going for track position, and it's lap 12 now. And we're still leading the British Grand Prix, but it's going to be harder and harder now to hold position, especially when everybody around us is on newer tyres. Hulkenberg up to P5, so Nico having a great race, and we might be on for some big points for the team here if Hulkenberg can hold the result. But Lewis Hamilton already coming at me here. Hamilton's going to go for the inside of Copse. Is he going to make this work? Yes, he does. Hamilton is through. but I'm staying with him now. And we're going to attack him into Magnus and Beckett. You don't see cars go wheel to wheel there, but we keep our foot in it and make the move stick as the rain is starting to fall here. And, oh, even on a slippery track, I can tell you going wheel to wheel there. That's a scary thing. Look how many cars are now having a go as we head into Stowe, but I'm going to break the latest of everybody and still just about hold the lead. We've got Russell, Hamilton and Leclerc all wanting a go, and Hulkenberg praying this all goes wrong and he actually gets his first chance for a podium here.
Okay, mate.
Or should I say a chance for his first podium here. He's had chances and he's botched them. Right, here comes George Russell now down the inside of Copse. The track's slippery and Russell starting to slip a little bit himself. He takes the lead and I'm starting to struggle for grip now as the track gets greasier and greasier, and we're now coming straight after George Russell on the straight with DRS down the inside of Stowe, somehow with the grip to make it work. Hamilton now coming back at me, but we're just holding on to tyres that are not only dead, but tyres that have no grip because it's starting to rain. Lap 14 coming to an end. Waters, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Hulkenberg, the top 5 at the moment. Here comes George Russell again. This has been an overtaking spot that he has favoured here, and he's gone down the inside and made that work. Hamilton now is going for the inside of Luffield. I don't have the grip to make this work anymore. Hamilton goes through. It's currently a Mercedes 1-2. My former teammate Charles Leclerc now right behind me. I'm not going to make this easy on him at all as we go into Copse, and you can see how much less grip I've got. So, big decision coming up. Do I come in for tyres soon? I'm starting to think maybe, and I do indeed at the end of lap 18. Pit for tyres, and this is after the Mercedes have gained about 5 seconds more on me. So they got the gap up to about 5 seconds. Then I've pitted, so let's see what we can do. 8 laps to go, and so far, no sign of anyone pitting. But I was pretty sure, looking at the conditions, that was the right lap to pit. So what do the rest of the pack do? The track definitely now, in my mind, wet enough for intermediates to be faster and the better tyre. It's going to take a little while to get up to speed though. And indeed, by the end of lap 20, look at that, we've gained 4 seconds on the pack in front. So we are gaining, but is it going to be enough to get us a good result if the rest of the pack don't pit? I need this to rain heavier, and I need it to rain heavier now. And it looks like the rain is starting to get a little bit more intense here as we head to the end of lap 21. But again, I'm not catching the pack fast enough. For this to work and me to still get a good result, it has to chuck it down now. DRS is now disabled, which is the sign that normally the rest of the pack are pitting. But this time, nobody is really pitting. 4 laps to go. This isn't working for me at the moment. I need more rain, otherwise it's not working. Verstappen is in the pits. So too is Hulkenberg, both of which taking intermediates. So there are drivers that are pitting for inters. Perez also deciding to take intermediate tyres. So this could be a crossover, and the rain is definitely intensifying now. And look how much slower they're going. So this is good news for me, because now this is coming back to me, as look at how little effort it takes to overtake Frederick Vesti and then Théo Pourchaire going into Copse. They don't have the speed. They don't have the grip. I've got speed and grip, and we're going straight past Tsunoda, straight past Zhou once we get alongside him. He's trying to fight me a little bit harder, but when we get to the braking zone, he's not going to have the traction. Neither is Ocon. And then Albon, well, he tries to fight us off there and we nearly lose it. Twice there as Albon moves in the braking zone. But we're down the inside. Look at the traction advantage we've got. 3 laps to go then. How high are we getting? And why are they not pitting? None of them electing to pit. Lewis Hamilton, who was right at the front, now pits, but the rest of them are gambling. They're staying out there, up the inside of Stroll. Next up is Norris. Next up will be Behrman. And we've just got such a grip advantage that it's so easy. Now we're coming up to Piastri. Then it'll be Sainz, who's currently in P4 and looking at a very strong result. But we're going to deprive him straight away of that by going down the inside. And now we're catching up to the Brazilian Enzo Fittipaldi, who looks like he's just got no grip going round Luffield. I can see the rear of the car just sliding. And now for sure, you're better off on the intermediate tyres than you are the driver. Look at that, he's got no grip into the corner, he's got no traction. And we're going to get straight past Fittipaldi there. He gives me the width of an F1 car. But we take it and we're through up into P3. So we're back on the podium. Charles Leclerc now in P2. They're going another lap. So they're going to finish this race on dry tyres. We're going to pass Charles Leclerc here. Off goes Leclerc. Through we go. And Russell 11.7 ahead with 2 laps to go. Can we still catch George Russell? Can we still win this Grand Prix? I feel like the strategy here has been spot on. But we've got 2 laps now to catch Russell. And if we're going to do that, we have got to hustle. But look how much wetter the track is getting now. There is no chance of Russell holding us back as we now begin the final lap with Russell dead ahead of us. There is nothing he can do now. Look at how little grip he has. He's not going to be able to hold us off. There is just not a chance as we now head towards the right left. Down the inside we go then. And like I said, Russell has no chance of fighting that. Into the lead we go. And look at Hulkenberg up into P4. He pitted for intermediates a few laps after us and is now chasing Charles Leclerc for a podium. Can Hulkenberg potentially grab that podium finish here as we now head round the final lap? Russell just falling behind us now. Over 6 seconds as we head round Stowe for the final time. The strategy was perfect. It worked out beautifully for us. We pitted when we needed to. I was a little bit worried after we first pitted that the rain wouldn't come down quickly enough, but it did come. And here we are, winning the British Grand Prix. A great drive. I've slowed down to see if Hulkenberg can do it, and he actually does do it. So it's a 1-3 for Haas. What a fantastic result, and what a weekend. Super happy with that.
Plenty of action here at Silverstone, a memorable race and an impressive victory.
Taking victory at their home circuit as well. What a place to do it. The fans are loving it. They're lapping it up. They have been all weekend long, and they have delivered what the fans wanted to see.
There aren't many teams, as they come out onto the podium now, who could do what Haas have managed to accomplish here. It's hard to believe how competitive they've already become. Amazing victory. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Well, how about that? A nice home win for us at Silverstone, and Nico Hulkenberg stands on a Formula One podium. Russell gets second, Leclerc ends up fourth, Hamilton moves up to fifth after pitting for Inters, Fittipaldi takes sixth, Verstappen, who also pitted, gets seventh, Perez, again, he pitted, moves up to eighth, and then it's Piastri and Sainz rounding out the top 10, with Behrman and Norris dropping out of the top 10, and Norris dropping crucial championship points here, which means to say that Russell, his lead goes up to 20 points, but we're now 42 off. I still think we're too far off to mount a championship challenge, but I'm definitely eyeing Lando's second place at this stage. Leclerc and Piastri are on the same points. Stroll is 6th, Verstappen 7th, Fittipaldi 8th, Hamilton and Gasly rounding out the top 10. And Hulkenberg, with that result, secures his first points of the season as well. And that moves us closer to Aston Martin. So I'm definitely going to be targeting them and seeing if we can get P4 in the Constructors. Thank you for watching this installment of Career Mode. Leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.